Good morning, students. Today we are going to see about IoT access technologies. I am Dr.R.SUGANYA, Department of Computer Science with Cybersecurity. So the textbooks that we refer for this IoT access is David Hens, Gonzalo. So IoT Fundamentals, Networking Technologies, Protocols and Use Case for Internet of Things. Pearson India Education Service Private Limited, 2018. So IoT access technologies have some versions like IEEE 1901.2a, IEEE 802.11ah, and LoRaWAN, NB IoT, and other LTE variations. IEEE 1901.2a to 213 is a wired technology that is an update to original IEEE 1901.2 specification. This is a standard for narrowband power line communication. NB-PLC is often found in use cases such as following: smart metering. Smart metering is like NB-PLC, which can be used to automate the reading of utility meters such as electric, gas, and water meters. Distribution automation. NB-PLC can be used for distribution automation, which involves monitoring and controlling all the devices in the power grid. Public lighting. A common use for NB-PLC is with public lighting, the lights found in cities and along streets, highways, and public areas such as parks, and electric vehicle charging stations. So NB-PLC, which means that particular component name. So it can be used for electric vehicle charging stations where the batteries of electric vehicles can be recharged. Microgrids. NB-PLC can be used for microgrids, local energy grids that can be disconnected from the traditional grid and operates independently. Renewable energy. NB-PLC can also be used in renewable energy applications such as solar, wind power, hydroelectric, and geothermal heat. Standardization and alliances. Most recent standards is based on the frequency division multiplexing. Okay, so it decodes the digital, that is orthogonal frequency division multiplexing, encodes digital data on multiple carrier frequencies. So this provides several parallel streams that suffer less from high frequency attenuation in copper wires and narrowband interference. Physical layer. So here in the Federal Communication Commission, that is a US government organization that regulates interstate and international communication by radio, television, wire, satellite, and cable. All we know that. So it shows that various frequency bands for NB-PLC. Notice that the most well-known bands are regulated by CENELEC and the FCC, but Japan Association of Radio Industries and Businesses band is also present. So the two radio industry business frequency bands are 137.5 to 117.1875 kilohertz and 154.6875 to 403.125 kilohertz. So here we can see in this diagram that the frequency bands, the various frequency bands, which is A utilities. Okay, so B, C, D. So there are various frequencies available from low to high. So from 3 kilohertz to 490 kilohertz, what are all the frequency bands is used. The standard includes tone maps and modulation such as robust modulation, differential binary phase shift keying, differential quadrature phase shift keying, and differential 8-point phase shift keying for all the bands. So here we have like a MAC layer, the next layer, that is MAC frame format is this. So here we can see the segment control, frame control, sequence number, PAN identifier, destination address, source PAN identifier, source address, auxiliary security header, information elements, frame payload, and frame check sequences. Topology. As with wireless technology, signal propagation is limited by factors such as noise, interference, distortion, and attenuation. These factors become more prevalent with distance, so most NB-PLC deployment use some sort of mesh topology Mesh networks offer the advantage of devices relaying the traffic of other devices, so longer distances can segment it. IP version 6 mesh in NBPLC. So 1 hop, 2 hop, 3 hops and 4 hops is available in this particular versions. So hops is the nodes along distances. So how much number of hops we have, that is it can reach soon, and also we have the nodes to reach the destinations. That is a hop. And security. The security enabled bit in frame control field should be set in all Mac frames carrying segments of an encrypted frame. So if data encryption is required, it should be done before the packet segmentation. During packet encryption, the segment control field should not be included in the input to the encryption algorithm. Competitive technologies. Both of these technologies were initially developed to address a single use case, smart metering deployment in Europe over the Sinhala K-band. New versions of G3 PLC and Prime were published. And IEEE 1901.2a, this conclusion is a set of use cases for this standard depends on, and also it benefits from the physical power lines that interconnect the devices. Thank you. Keywords: IEEE 1901, NB-IoT and other LTE variations, LTM143, NBN IoT, standardization and alliances 1 to 5, physical layer, MAC layer, topology, security and competitive technologies. So summary is evaluating smart objects and what is needed for their connectivity. So these criteria included the transmission range, frequency bands, power consumption, topology and constrained devices and networks. So it is very critical to evaluate these criteria when dealing with IoT deployments and networks. So there are some keywords. NBPLC stands for, and it is a control algorithm that avoids simultaneous transmission when many devices are present and provides fair access to the wireless network, and which reduces energy consumptions by permitting an access point to define times when a device can access the network. In recent years, a new set of wireless technology known as in LoRaWAN Dash is an algorithm that manages the data rate and radio signal for each endpoint. LoRaWAN topology is often described as Dash topology. Thank you.